there. All right, guys, we are about to get started with the show. I know that it felt like we were already started, but we were not. Guys, before we get into this, down on the bottom, you'll see all my links. Make sure you guys go down there, check it out. You can find how you can contribute, all my different stuff. Make sure you go to the merch shop, check that out. If you guys would sign up for the mailing list, make sure you go to the Gab, sign up for that. Follow me on Odyssey, follow me on Rumble, because we all know YouTube takes most of my shit down. All right, I told you guys what we had in store for today. Before we get really started with the news, I want to do some ranting. I'm going to do some ranting before we get started, which I know shouldn't, I know we've been going for 30 minutes, but it is what it is. I want to do some ranting about some things. Samoa. Upgrade said Samoa. It's going to be just some Samoan. Ukrainian says JD. Guys, can I ask you in the audience what your age is? Obviously, I'm 41, so let me go ahead and type that. And by the way, the link is pinned if anybody wants to come on later for any type of conversation. By the way, JB Gunner TV will be back next month. I'm hoping it comes back. 34 for Chad, 44. Now, I say this because I wanted to make a rant. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but on YouTube, I pay attention to a lot of... not just conservative YouTubers and news outlets. I watch the liberals too. One thing that I've noticed on the left when compared to the right is an age difference. And whether you're on the right or whether you're on the left, I want to blame a Russian just to justify going to war. I mean, I understand that. I plead the fifth, says KD. KD ain't going to tell us. He's one of them little tykes. One of them little tykes. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up, because I think we all understand this quote from Churchill: if you're not a liberal at 20, you have no heart. If you're not a conservative at 40, you have no brain. Now, what I want to rant about, and it goes back to almost something I was ranting about the last time you guys saw me live. I agree about the false flag, Geek and Chad. A serious question to those in your 20s and 30s, right? Why do people in their 20s and 30s believe that elders aren't needed, or that, in your words, boomers, for some reason, why do you believe that for some reason we don't know more than you? And you get this a lot in the left, the entire progressive concept, everything that's moving over there. You could take a look at some of their, you could take a look at all of their biggest stars. You take a look at Hasan Piker. You take a look at Vaush. You then take a look at Kyle Kalinske, age 30, 28, 34. These are the biggest people. Those are the biggest people in their entire sector. Now, why am I mentioning this? Because the age to me matters. And so, like, when I'm seeing these people, me and you guys have talked regularly about when will things change. I don't think they will. Because going back to what I said a second ago, majority of the people when they're young, they're going to be left-leaning. Majority as you get older, you pay bills, you get paychecks, you're going to be right-leaning. But one of the things that frustrates me and irritates me is when I see people with no experience in life acting as if they know some shit. And a good portion of this is because I think people get a mistaken education for experience. I've been conservative since I was 15 and learned what liberals and conservatives were. There you go. That's you started off really good. You started off absolutely. You were a little bit better off than a lot of people. Now on the left, they do have some old timers, just so you guys can see. And and they're not even that old. You got Pac-Man, 38. You got Destiny, 33. And a Kasparian, 35. But as you can see, almost every single liberal voice is all under 40. All of them. I wonder why that is. I wonder why, most importantly, they and a lot of young people don't see that they could be wrong. You realize the world isn't a utopia when you get older. Exactly. It makes you more practical. Gen Z are parented by millennials and raised by internet. I agree with that. Bernie doesn't count. Well, you're talking about politicians. I'm talking about political voices. I'm talking about talking heads, political commentary people. You got some older people like Jimmy Dore, and as you can see with Jimmy Dore, he's leaning more to the right, more and more as time progresses. But it's something that you'll hear me rant about every now and then, because to me, it's one of the most ridiculous things in the world. Especially when the very same liberals will sit here and tell you that the rational part of the brain isn't even developed until you're 25 or so. I'm saying this to you because I'm explaining to you that liberalism is indeed a mental disorder. If not a mental disorder, it is for babies. Because remember, if your brain isn't even developed until you're 25, which liberals consistently tell you anyway, why would we listen to someone that's 25 or 28 or 34? If you're 34 years old, your brain hasn't even been developed for a decade, according to science. Why would I listen to anything you have to say about the ways of the world? You look here. Education in general is the bigger concept compared to experience. Education is best exemplified in learning from books, while experience is on-the-job training. Ladies, let me ask you guys a question. They may just be stupid. Ladies, let me ask you a question. Do you want a dude that says, hey, I've read a lot of books on eating pussy and fucking. I think I can do it. Would you rather have that or a dude that, yeah, I've made, I've eaten my share of pussy and fucked a few times, right? Experience or education? I think that's kind of the question here. Because I think that's what we have. We get a lot of these leftists, these young people. Listen, there's even young people in the gun squad. And I get it. But you believe that your book smarts or your education somehow prepares you for the real world. That's not true. Education sets you up for it, but experience is applied intelligence, applied knowledge. I love embarrassing the fuck out of this. Certified mechanics just out of school. Exactly. Tim, that may always be considered. You are correct. No, it's true. It's true. I'm saying this because I want... Oh, well, eventually this will get around to them. But I want to make this clear. I think I could do it. Exactly. My thing here... And maybe if you're young... in the gun squad or someone that's here, sometimes you just got to shut the fuck up and listen. It is strange to me to see someone in their 20s act like they know anything. Like, what could you possibly know in your 20s? Even in your 30s, it's a little iffy. I'm 41 and I'm learning shit every single day. It's just strange to me to see people barely with their brains developed to be considered political voices. Talking about socialism at work for America. How the fuck would you know? How the fuck would you know? I agree with you, Shannon. 100%. Anyway, it's just something I kind of wanted to rant about. I don't think that they understand their own teachings. Is that young, what's up, Tracy? Is that leftists will tell you right now, young men could stay at home and live with their parents till they're 25. They're not adults till they're 25. Liberals tell you that. Then they'll tell you to follow the science. But yet those same liberals will tell you that the 26, 27, 25-year-olds know what's best for the future of the country. So which is it? The brain's not developed till you're 25, and you're basically retarded till you're 25. So retarded you can't even you get out there and pay your own goddamn rent. Which one is it? Is it that, or that your political geniuses that you know the answer that us boomers, as you call us, we didn't know? Which is it? Are you retarded and not fully developed? Or are you the political geniuses you claim to be? That's my point. That's why I mentioned this. And so it's strange to me. And I know that every time I bring that up, I sound like the old man. And maybe I am. Because it's ridiculous to me to see our entire country damaged by these young people and their belief that men can be women and women can be men. By their belief in leftist and socialist ideas. By their constant complaining and begging and whining and crying about racism and waste. Like it's weird to me. You can possibly know shit, but you lack experience. That's exactly why I brought up the experience thing. I think that, the source of knowledge for education is printed materials, whereas with experience, the knowledge is gained through involvement or exposure. A person with great experience is called an expert, while a person with great education is not always immediately regarded as an expert in their field. And that goes back to what I said to the ladies. Would you call some dude that says he's read a lot of books on eating pussy an expert at it, or the dude that can eat the pussy and make you come 5 times? I'm pretty sure you're not going to give the book smart motherfucker the credit for being the pussy eating expert. That's kind of the point. Shit, I didn't get the whole notification there. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Let me give a shout out real quick. Sorry about that. Oh, let me give a shout out to Giga Chad, my man. Hit your boy up with 1518. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. You can possibly know shit, but that's the point. Thank you very much, Chad. So 33, 23, 33, 23? Yeah. Appreciate you, brother. Oh, damn it. There it goes. I'm just saying, I don't know why. You're probably going to hear me rant about it a lot over time because it triggers me, right? It's so weird when I see people like Hasan Piker be considered knowledgeable about anything. Right? It's so weird to me when like Anna Kasparian, what the fuck could she know? And a lot of these people weren't even born in America. What the fuck you know about American politics? It's strange to me to see the socialist dude that looks like the magazine salesman on The Simpsons, Vaush. If you don't know what this character looks like, he's the guy right there in the middle. It's strange to me to see these fruitcakes considered a political voice in any way, 28 and 30 years old. It's disturbing to me. It bothers me. I don't know why, but it does.